Brother Sports Podcast presented by RambleOnSports.com. It is Wednesday, November 6th. We got the college football rankings. First one, we got our first bracket for college football today, Tuesday night, Wednesday for those listening, but Tuesday night we got that. So, going to get into that. We've got NFL Week 10, college football Week 11. We've got Max and Sean here. Fellas, how we doing?
Good, man. Hope everyone had a good Halloween weekend or a good Thursday at least, handing out candy and all that fun stuff. Um, Solid weekend. I didn't do so great college football as we all kind of shit the bed, but we move on. We have the mind of a goldfish, so memory of a goldfish. So keep pushing forward.
Sam, Max, good to see you guys in a new fresh week, like you said, Max. Yeah, hey, Steelers Commanders week, so I'm locked in. Be up there at formerly FedEx Field, I think now like Northwest Stadium. But yeah, getting the taste of Virginia Tech and Pitt, losing out of my mouth from last week there, and but nothing else. The bets did all right and looked to carry some momentum here.
Yeah, we'll get in. You kind of, Max, both actually as a squad did really well in the NFL. Sean crushed it with the 4-1, so we'll get into that. But yeah, college football, we will just breeze over it, and we went 1-8 as a squad. Sean with the only win on, Iowa self-covering that over 42-10 over Wisconsin. So aside from that, we stunk. Not only did my teams not cover, just outright didn't win their games. Didn't come close, lost by 30, couldn't win. And Iowa State, Texas Tech, my mega whale nuclear play just shit the bed. So hand up, bad on me. Ready to rock and roll. But anything you guys want to say before we get into the college football rankings and any other games you want to hit on?
Let's hear it.
All right.
Yeah, glad West Virginia was on a bye.
Right. Yeah, Notre Dame as well. So ready to bounce back. We'll get into those games. Playoffs. So I don't even know how to like recap it without having the screen up, but I guess I can just like run through it. But it's also confusing with the brackets. So we've got as like I'm not even going to get into the number seedings, but because we've got the way the bracket is, we've got Oregon at 1, Georgia at 2, Miami 3, BYU at 4. They are ranked as 9 because they are, that's what the committee's got them at. But since they are the fourth highest conference leader right now, that's why they're in there. 5-12 matchup would be Ohio State, Boise State. 7-8 would be Indiana, Tennessee. 5-11 would be Bama, Texas, and 10-7 would be Penn State and Notre Dame. I think I got that right, but
Yep.
yeah, fellas.
Well, you said 6-11, or he said 5-11, but 6-11.
Okay,
But
fair. See, I'm not into. I got to get that March Madness bracket back in. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just college basketball just starting, so we're getting there. But yeah, fellas, just quick initial thoughts on the bracket, things we're looking at. Um,
Yeah. I mean, we said it real quick before we started. I mean, I think Notre Dame would run over Penn State. Indiana would be a tough one. I think Tennessee would probably just score all over them, throw all over them. But I mean, I don't know. Boise could, I don't know. I think we have a little comment about Boise in a sec, and then Bama, Texas would be phenomenal.
oh, it would be such a good game.
Yeah, I think my initial reaction is what we knew all along, like how fun these games will be where a team gets to host. You're likely playing someone out of conference, just something you're not going to normally see here, which is I'm trying to get a picture of it somewhere. I'm
I
trying to
know.
find
I
it.
just give me fits.
I did take a
Yeah, I mean, like, I also think it's one of these things like we can nitpick, Indiana is probably pretty low here, but also at the same time, we have a whole month for this to play out. So
Yep. Yeah,
That's
I,
very
I think I would agree, Max, with you on Notre Dame, Penn State. When that was my first thought, of course, biasly, but I was like, ooh, I know obviously Penn State's just coming off the loss against Ohio State. Still, dude, it's the same shit with Penn State. I just keep seeing, and this is like one of the times this year when Notre Dame isn't really doing what Notre Dame normally does. And we are protecting the football, we are running down people's throats, we are playing good, solid defense. And I think it would be a low scoring game for the most part, but I don't know, man. Notre Dame's been putting up a lot of points the last couple games, so I just don't. I think it would be one of those games where maybe Notre Dame doesn't put up more than like a 28-31, something in that range at most. But like, I don't see Penn State scoring more than like 17. So I would see that being awesome. And then I'd agree. Quinn Ewers, Bama, Milrow would be a not a rematch. It would be the two losers of last year's college football playoff. So,
Yes.
okay. Sorry. Yeah, that was just more me walking through that
All
mentally.
right.
So thank you for being there for me.
Well,
Uh,
now that they're in the SEC too, you would think they'd play each other this year or something, you know.
and I think even Indiana, Tennessee would just be a great clash of
Yeah.
tempo and just the styles and everything, which would be a lot of fun. And I would love to see Signetti. I'm over the whole JMU thing. Like, come on, what do we expect the guy to do? What we
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
and
man.
Harrisburg. He can go
All he
to
look him
Bloomington.
up on Google. All he does is win everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can argue Harrisonburg had a better game day. You know, we've shown out at game day, but that's like our Super Bowl. I mean, Bloomington, I bet you keep doing that. They're going to keep if they get that level of football at Bloomington with the basketball school and the way that place is, like
Right.
shit, Signetti's got it going. So, yeah, I think that would be a fun game. And then, yeah, BYU with being ranked 9, but being in that 4 spot. I don't want to foreshadow anything, but the little disrespect beat a good SMU team. They beat uh fucking K-State pretty handily. BYU's undefeated. So I like the little extra chip on the shoulder. Yes, they're in that 4 spot, but being ranked 9, it's like, okay, we got to keep beating the shit out of teams. So I
Yeah.
think it's great fuel for BYU. I think I'm finally coming around to them in the last week or two, but yeah, I like that extra little chip on the shoulder there too.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're fucking good, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I'm trying to think. I'm just looking.
Yeah. I think there's a world where the Big 12, because it is kind of parity, and teams kind of will trip up over each other, that they might only get one team in.
Yep. I mean, that's right. That's how it's looking right now.
ACCs will definitely only getting one team in.
Yep. I saw SMU was 13. I think A&M was
Yeah.
14. And I think Iowa State was like 15 and Kansas State was 16. Or no, Kansas State definitely not 16, but I think Iowa State was. So yeah, they're right on that. And then
Yeah.
Boise. Boise will be fun.
Right.
Uh, yeah. I think
Not
if
against Ohio State,
I
but
think if they get matched up with Ohio State, it'll be fun. I think if they get matched up with like Georgia, well, like if Georgia doesn't get the top SEC spot, but it's right there.
Right. That is true.
I mean,
But
ton. I
we'll
mean,
see.
you got LSU, Bama this week, Georgia, Ole Miss. You got this is that's
Yeah.
far from being final.
Texas.
Yep, Texas. Yep. So far from being finalized. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Any
Want
other
to kind of check in on how that shuffles over each week.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. I feel like it's a good like idea of all right, like the idea for the committee should be like if this is how you're doing the rankings right now. I mean, obviously certain things change, like teams beating other teams in the rankings, but like it's kind of like a all right, this is how we're gonna do it going forward. So it's good to get like at least that little taste. But I mean LSU Bama this weekend, yeah, we got good little slate here. I'm looking at last week's games. Any thoughts, Sean? You want to hit on Pitt real quick? Or do you guys want to hit on any
I
other
mean, it
game?
was so bad that I'm not going to read too much into it. If they can come out and handle UVA, then I think, it's business as usual, and they got a chance to steal from the ACC. Or I hope it just wasn't, hey, there's been some fluky wins. Like even the Syracuse win where they won like 40-10 was essentially just because of 3 defensive touchdowns here. The offense hasn't shown up in a little bit, so we'll see. But I'm gonna at least throw. It got out of hand so quick that it was nonsense. SMU's a good team.
Yep. Yeah, that's fair. Max, any other games you caught your mind or thoughts that you had? I mean,
No, not really, honestly. Um,
we got, I'm looking at a 10, an 11, a 12, all go down, and a 17 go down. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right.
and a
So
4.
Clemson, Iowa State, Kansas State, and A&M
Clemson
all
got
went down.
manhandled at home.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of that game. That was one of those where I was looking at the score and I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Louisville was just having their way.
And then you got Rocket Sanders for South Carolina. Looking
Yeah. Yeah, he was
A&M,
going.
Yeah.
A&M only bet them at home. Do not bet them on the road ever. I don't
Mhm.
know. I was kind of surprised they didn't play their other QB Allen as much. Or it was Allen. I know they have Wagman starting, but no, they had
Yeah.
Marcel Reed. No, they had Marcel
Yeah, I
Reed.
was gonna say I thought it was the other guy, Reed playing was the game. Because that
Yeah.
Wegman guy was just pouting on the sideline every time they shot to him.
Yeah. Well, and then they lost. So I mean, Sellers with 106 rushing yards, 244 passing. Nothing to sneeze at there. Those were, I mean, I really didn't get a chance to watch the Clemson game or any of the other games. I was at a wedding, so yeah, yeah, I was just very wrong about Iowa State in that game. So that's all I have to say. I'm sorry, and I'll be better this week.
There we go. That's all we need to hear from you.
Cool, love it, love it. Let's talk a little NFL. Um, can I just go first since the Packers are on a bye, and I just want to get this out of the way because there's no panic button. Jordan Love, couple ding dong plays, 11 penalties, 5 to 7 drop balls, 5 to 7, depending on whose video you're looking at and what you consider a catchable ball. And, interception, fumble, a lot of shit that we did to shoot ourselves in the foot in that game. Still only lost by 10. Defense, for as good as the Lions' offense has been all year, they were able to keep them in check without Jair Alexander. So I think that was pretty huge. He's one of the best, if not the best, corner in football. Amon-Ra St. Brown did his thing. He didn't go like off, but he was noticeable that he wasn't being guarded at the same level as Jair would have. So that was a little frustrating to watch. And then Love is just, I think the only thing with the Love thing is I'm tired of the on and off shit. I think I had mentioned maybe even playing Malik just to give him a week, and then we're on a bye this week. So I kind of thought that would have been the move if Jordan Love wasn't having any of that shit. He's a tough dude, and that's fine. But let's look down the road. We got a long schedule. But all this to say, 6-3 did not have Jordan. I don't want to, yes, we won those 2 games without Jordan Love, but still, we didn't have him for half a game. Didn't have him for 2 games. 6-3. Josh Jacobs looks good. Defense looks solid. We got to stop shooting ourselves in the foot. Otherwise, good football team going forward. And I think the best way I can put it is our best football is ahead of us. So that's good. And that's it. That's what I got.
Yeah, Packers are fine. They're a really good football team. You fortunately just probably played the best football team,
Mhm.
especially in the NFC. I think the Chiefs still probably can get that reign number one. But I mean, there's a pecking order. Yeah, with not a healthy Love right now, you're probably just not going to match up all that well with the Lions. Lions are just on one right now. They're doing able to, and especially to these last like 3 games, they've had like 100, like I think one they had like 81 yards passing. This one they had like 150 yards passing. They're not having to put up uber numbers. They're just so efficient, especially on the ground with the Montgomery and Gibbs 1-2 punch there. They always win the takeaway battle. I mean, they're feisty.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's stop some of the Doi plays from Love as well.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that pick six at the end of the first half was, I mean, McManus missed a field goal, and that doesn't happen. We're talking about potentially tied football game. I mean, among other things, but
Yeah.
still,
Huh.
was able to hang in. But yeah,
It
I
was good to
think
see Reed again. Feel like I hadn't seen him in a minute.
I know. And Josh Jacobs is a fucking stud, dude. He
Yeah.
is. He's been rolling for us. So yeah, we'll see. Defense doesn't look too bad. 24 points to the Lions, who've been averaging like 35 a game.
I have
No.
one more note on that game. It's weird to see like rain in Lambeau.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
snow.
it's just like at that usually just gets to the point where it's just snow, like precipitation. That was
Yeah,
I don't know. That was just kind of like aesthetically weird.
in November too.
Yep. Yeah,
Damn,
well,
global warming.
I guess I would have maybe preferred the snow, but yeah. And dude, that's the thing with the Love injury. Is like, dude's got a hurt groin, and we want to
Orlando
put
takes
him
that
on a
step
leg
back,
kick.
slides.
Boom. Yeah, back leg. Just yep, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. So that's it. I'm fine. Get into the bye week.
Kind
Get
of
everyone
new.
excited.
Yeah, get
Yeah,
healthy.
Yep. Well, that's good. 6-3. Gonna.
and
Yeah. I mean, we're not gonna win the division. Just needed to get a good wild card spot. I don't know. Just yeah. We're okay.
yeah, time.
All right. Enough of my teams. What about y'all's team?
I got nothing. No comment. Pretty much same as last week, and put Flus in there with Shane Waldick.
I'm sorry, Max.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, that was very, very tough. But
Cardinals are hot. I'll say the
yeah,
Cardinals are
yeah, yeah.
hot. But it's so much more than just that. So I'll save
Let's see.
everyone.
We got what the Pats next. All right,
I don't think we win.
Okay.
I don't care.
All right. Well, hey, that could be the first betting play there.
Yeah. But yeah. What about the Steelers?
Yeah, bye week got healthy. I'll just note them today.
Yeah.
Nothing spectacular, but I thought bringing in Mike Williams is nice. Not because like actual Mike Williams, I don't think he's anything. Back when he was on the Chargers, awesome kind of player, stretched the field, a couple 1,000-yard seasons. After the ACL, and then the Jets this year doesn't look that great, but I think it might really help the Steelers offense. And now there's two wide receivers on the outside with Pickens and Williams that essentially can stretch the field, make you play two safeties, and can get those kind of just moon ball, like kind of those combat catches. So I'm hoping it actually, if anything, it's like a trade to really get more Calvin Austin and Freiermuth some better chances down the middle of the field. Maybe you have kind of to respect the deep ball more, so open up the running lanes there. So I like that. Really like Sam the Preston Smith deal. I think it's just one of these things where there's never too much depth. We Hi Smith and T.J. Watt and even Nick Herbig, like we got some good outside linebackers for days, but not that we probably would have ever beat the Bills last year in the playoffs, but our essentially number one outside linebacker was Marcus Golden for that game, just because everyone had already like gotten injured. So just a good depth piece there. Only had to give up like a 7th-round pick. He's got like 68 sacks in his career, so just a good guy to kind of have in the locker room there as well.
Is Marcus Golden? Marcus Golden played for the Packers, I believe.
He might he's played for a lot of teams.
Yeah, I think he did.
But it was more just to show like that, hey, as much as it's awesome to have these guys now, like it's football. Like injuries might pick up. It's good to and he's like we were on a 3-4, so the outside linebacker is kind of more, standing up, but he's plays essentially with that defensive end on the 4-3 Packers. So, feel like he could even kind of play on the line too if we need him to. He's a bigger body guy.
Oh, he's huge, dude.
Yeah.
He's pretty like versatile. I mean, we use him everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured.
I mean, he's the last Smith brother to go. We got
He's not gonna be like prototypical, like has to be outside.
Yep. I mean, 7th-round pick. I mean, that's nothing. So
Yeah.
I like that. Let's see. Looking at other, just kind of while we're on this topic, looking at the other moves here. Like I'm looking Lattimore to Washington. I think that was a big boy move.
That was a big boy move. Good man. Manners making like good competent, like good adult in the room type of decisions here. Going for it.
Yeah, I mean, between Deontay Johnson and now Tre'Davious White,
Yeah,
Ravens
yeah.
bolster up where their weaknesses are, the few chinks in the armor that they have. Um, I mean, yeah, not he's not going to be like a huge difference maker, but Tre'Davious White, come playoff time, might do enough to take a guy out of a game. So
Yeah. I mean, they've, I think, benched Marcus Williams each of the last few games just kind of for poor play. So that's
yeah,
good for them. I mean, you already saw the effect of just, Deontay Johnson. I don't even know if he really had any catches, but Flowers went off as just, at some point, there's only so many guys you can kind of pay extra attention to. I really like the Lions, Zedarius Smith there, pretty sneaky good pass rush guy over the last few years. I know he's been a Packer as well. From the Browns needed to unload a guy, and they weren't ever going to trade like Miles Garrett. So
no, both Smith brothers now on different teams from the Pack, Zedarius and Preston.
hold up, they're brothers.
They're not brothers, just Smith.
That's just what the Packers
Oh,
fans.
all right, all right. Thanks, Max. I appreciate
They
that.
had both of them at
Yeah.
one time.
They
Yeah,
did,
when they
yeah.
came, they both came the same offseason. Yeah, it was. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
Preston
and then
Smith from.
Mingo. Who else? Dallas got
Yeah,
Mingo.
say Preston Smith from.
Mississippi State, I
Yep, and
believe.
Zadarius Smith from another SEC school.
Kentucky, I believe.
Yes. All
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah.
Stay
Yeah.
sharp, kid.
Yeah. Trying to. Let's see. All right. Other ones. There's one other one. Oh, Dallas getting Mingo for like a what, fourth
Fourth
round
round
and
pick.
out of seventh. Less than DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
Less than
Less than
was
Mike
the what was
Williams, less than a lot of those wide receivers that went.
Devontae Adams was conditional third. It was third that could be second, I think. Third that could be second. I think that was Devontae Adams. I mean, dude, if you're gonna give up a fourth, what
Yeah.
you're telling God damn it, dude. The doubt Washington now is like becoming a competent front office, and Dallas just I can't. Derrick Henry is having the best year of his career. They miss out on Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, and then trade a fucking fourth round for Mingo. Zeke is just not on the team anymore. Dak fucking hates the team, and he thinks they fucking suck. But they've got him and CeeDee Lamb and Micah tied up for 90% of the salary. They are a fucking dumpster fire, dude. And
Yeah.
it's bad, but I am enjoying it. And you know why? Because fuck Mike McCarthy. You see this? You see? Oh, by the way. Oh, okay. We suck. We're not even. We're not doing this. You see the cheese head behind my head, behind my right shoulder? Yeah, yeah. I knew a little bit about Mike McCarthy. All right, I'm done with that guy. I'm done with him. I'm so glad to see him doing his normal things, at least for Dallas. It makes it 10 times better. So yeah, Dallas bad dumpster fire. Get him out. Get him out.
Well, you even see, I think it was after, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, but uh Micah Parsons on his pod with Diggs, and they were like, who's like the top like five quarterbacks? And they were like, Daniel's number one. But then they ended up naming like eight or nine guys, and Dak wasn't a single one. They were like Sam Darnold. And I was just like geeking out.
Right. It's something that should like, it's like, who cares?
Yeah,
But then it is kind of like, all right, but that's weird. Like you would
yeah,
naturally, even like it's not like you're putting together some absolute like you're just gonna say your guy. Like
right.
like the fact that it then even like it makes it a story and man, they can't get out of their own way. Dak's on the sideline being like, we fucking suck. I think he's going on IR now. My God. I mean, they best thing for them is just kind of punt on this season and get a
Yeah,
high draft pick.
Good one, yeah.
dude, go get a QB, just reset, get rid of
What do
that.
you mean?
From all
They
that,
just paid Dak like
he's the
269.
highest paid, isn't he?
Yeah, they can't really get off of that. He's going to be the QB for at least the next 4 or 5 years.
Oh my gosh, Jerry, just sell the team. This is as bad as it's gonna get, buddy. Oh my gosh.
What
Yeah,
people are saying.
I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying every little bit of it. Yeah. So uh other NFL games, or I guess we can get into picks real quick. Sean with a 4-1 record, only one to hit the touchdown, so you could call it 5-1. We all got our favorites. Max with a 3-2, myself with a 3-2. So overall 10-5 as a squad. That was our lowest TD parlay odds, and we only got one of them. So might have to get in the lab. We might have to make something up here in a couple minutes. But yeah, let's see. Max, thoughts on let's see. I mean, good call on Tampa Bay plus 8.5. I
Yeah.
won't talk about the favorite. Very good.
I don't know what it closed at. I'm sure that might have changed a little.
Yeah, I think it was like nine and a
Being
half.
it with being almost a week away, I'm sure it had changed, but still, very nice, very good. Same with Detroit. Kind of knew that was going to happen. No offense. And then Philly Jacks. That was just going to be a shit game. And holy fuck, Saquon, what the fuck? That
Yo,
was not
what the hell?
insane.
Who does that?
Who even thinks of that? Like on the spot. Like,
Yeah, I can't see anything in front of me. I'll just throw my ass in the back.
yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty happy with myself.
And you would have hit
Kirk
New Orleans.
again. Kirk's on the shit list. He's done.
Yeah, Kirk's on the shit list. I agree with that. I thought he was gonna hit that. And then
How did he not hit it? He had like a great game.
I know.
at 225. I think they just had too much Bijan being used there. And then they were up by so
They
much.
got up by like 2 touchdowns early. You can just
Yeah.
take your foot off the gas.
Yeah.
And then that New Orleans Carolina one without last touchdown. I think you hit that, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it was 22-23 with that touchdown. Yeah. So yeah, overall not too bad, Max. Max, you've been pretty solid for us. Sean with the 4-1, getting that much closer to 500.
Yeah, man. Like you just gotta get a couple more of these weeks going. Felt good. Felt good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the Kamara pick for me, I was a little worried there for a little bit, and that by a little bit, it was like the first drive, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm
Didn't he
good.
have like 155 rushing by himself?
Yeah, he had I think he had like 48 yards on the first drive. I think it was like 39 rushing and like 9 receiving. I was like, oh, okay. I
Sick.
can keep that pace up. Yeah. And then Minnesota Indy under, that one was well within that. And Rams -2, which was close there for a
Oh,
bit, but I I'm fucking with the Rams, so might even have to tap back on that one. And Houston, I'm done doing Thursday picks for sides at least. Because and that I mean that's already given away what I'm not doing for this one. But I cannot hit a Thursday game to save my goddamn life right now. So we're just staying away.
Yeah.
good call.
Yep. Sweet.
Not as good to know a game to play as much as knowing a game not to play.
Right, exactly. And I think based on the matchup for Thursday with Baltimore and Cincy, that's gonna be a very tempting
That
game.
game's gonna rock.
Yeah, it is gonna rock. So
I hope they both lose.
yeah. It's just a little Dark Knight Gotham City kind of deal.
We don't cheer for injuries. We don't cheer for injuries.
No, but if there was a hole where everyone's plugged to, and it was like a
Yeah,
net,
but
and they
Dark
were
Knight
all caught,
situation does happen.
yeah, where they couldn't play football, but they all were caught in a net, and they can,
They have to forfeit the rest of their games.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So, fingers crossed. We'll see.
He just holds them hostage
Yeah.
safely.
All right. Well, anything else on NFL, fellas? Or yeah, I mean, you could hold them hostage. Now that I mean, yeah, that would be not bad. I mean. Green Bay and Chicago might have to do that in order to win the fucking division, the way it's looking between Minnesota and Detroit. So who knows, Max? Maybe we'll have to hit up Flus and LaFleur.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anything else? Or shall we get into the picks?
Let's do it.
Everyone's finally like, hey, I'm gonna fast forward to this very part, this very moment here while I'm pointing down. Because they want the picks. They want the picks. And we're going to give it to them. So I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to hide last week's sheet. We're going to keep it moving. move on to next week. Oop. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Phew. That could have been scary. We are back on a nice clean sheet. Week 10 NFL, week 11 college football picks, and Sean with the only win on the college football slate last weekend. You are going to dictate the college football order before we get into the NFL picks.
All right. I'll go me, Sam, Max.
All right.
Lead us off, my friend.
All right. Well, the only pick that won last week was Iowa over. They scored 42 points on their own. So, I'll look over. They got a fun little matchup out west against UCLA on Friday night. And the total is set at, what did Vegas learn? Nothing. The total set at 44.5. So give me over Iowa and UCLA at 44.5. This is like the SpongeBob meme or, audio where he's like, when are you, old man, like, when are you gonna learn? Like, this the Iowa running back scores 3 touchdowns a game. Like, come on, Vegas.
Yep.
Especially if you listen to this Wednesday, like, just keep hammering this because there's no way that number isn't like 47 or something by kickoff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Also,
yeah.
UCLA scored like 30 points last week against
I'm just looking up.
so
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play that. I had that one as potential listed. I also am not gonna pick it as one of mine, but I probably will be looking at that Iowa -5.5 as well. So
yeah.
I'm on that. I might have a theme here, but there's no way that at this point in time, Tuesday night, as soon as I watched the end of the college football rankings show today, I had one thing, and I was like, I'm gonna be hammering this as the week goes on. It's gonna be BYU -4 at Utah rivalry game. Rankings just came out. Yeah, they're the 4 seed, but they're ranked 9. They've got some work to do. They know that. Utah rivalry game. I don't believe Cam Rising is playing the rest of the season. It doesn't matter if he does. He's just going to get hurt, and Isaac Wilson's going to step in, or Isaiah. I don't know. I do not care. And yeah, just give me all of BYU. Give me all of Retzlaff. Give me all of the BYU Cougars -4. I mean, they have to. They have to.
You have
Oh,
to.
yeah.
Just
That's
like
gonna fine. That's gonna be like a 5.5 by
them in Indiana. Just keep taking it until it doesn't work for you.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I do like that a lot. And there's something that I just absolutely love and would be very upset with myself if I didn't take this now before y'all do. And that's going to be Georgia -2.5 at Ole Miss. Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
This Georgia team is actually super fucking good. We saw what Ole Miss did last week. It was Arkansas. I mean, Arkansas is not terrible, but it is Arkansas. I get that this game is at Ole Miss, but that doesn't stop Kirby. I mean, we just saw the stat a few days ago. Maybe it could be a jinx. Kirby against anyone but Bama is 48-0 in the past 4 seasons. I mean, this just the right itself. They're gonna beat the fuck out of Ole Miss. Jackson Dart's gonna fucking just get smothered in the pocket and not know what to do. And I mean, I love Ole Miss. Like, I just like that vibe. They're a fun team, but Georgia's just different and they're hungry. So all day,
Yeah.
absolutely hammer cocking that.
Yeah, I don't know why, in hindsight, I don't know why I didn't pick that at my number 2 pick because
It's so low.
I was gonna say I was gonna pick it on my back end of that snake. I was hoping that you wouldn't do that. Didn't really think that part through. But yeah, that was my number 2 pick, and
Yeah.
I
You know the way that they
with
played
everything you
against
said. You
Florida
said
last week. Kirby's just been motherfucking them all week long.
yep. I was just gonna say yep.
He's been coaching hard. I think Beck is due. He's had a couple stinkers in a row here. I wouldn't surprise me at all if he flashes in Ole Miss.
And get that 2.5 before it turns into 3.5
Oh yeah, get the good side of the
of that hook. So yeah,
That's the big thing. Because I mean, the worst thing that will happen is game-winning field goal on like Ole Miss's 30. Like they just punch it down, kill the clock, boom, field goal. They win by 3. But I think they're gonna beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And then got a couple. Give me over 58.5 Bama LSU. It's kind of scary, if I'm gonna be honest. It could go one of two ways. And I'm just hoping for the one where they score a bunch of points and it's a very fun game with a lot of cool plays. I hope the fun teams show out and it's just 40-48, like just some crazy shit.
Yep.
I feel like that's tradition for that game to just be
Oh,
like
Yeah.
38-41 every year.
yeah.
And this is a huge game.
Ever since the Burrow and Tua game.
Oh yeah. The game was fucking
Yeah. Yeah, that was a sick. Yep. I do remember that.
yeah. This is a huge game for both of them, like this playoff potential and all that. So like what kind of scares me on it being the under, but
Oh,
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if they'll play it safe, is what I'm getting at. Like I don't know how big plays will happen, but I like it. I like it. I'm talking myself out of it, but I gotta stop.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Give me it.
I mean, I mean, just put up 34 against Mizzou. They didn't let up any points, but I mean, I think we all know Tennessee their time.
Right.
Other than that game, yeah, they've been in good shape. So I don't hate that at all. I will probably be playing that. Which is actually a great segue, Max, because if I can't get BYU, Georgia, and Alabama on my card this weekend, I might as well get two out of them. Give me Bama -2.5. I what was I saying about Mike McCarthy? I'm so glad I can watch him shit the bed somewhere else. Yeah. So I'm gonna do the same thing as I did when LSU played at A&M. Yeah, that game was kind of a weird incident game where we all thought LSU had that game wrapped up the whole time. A&M just came back and stormed through that one. I think Kalen DeBoer really needs this to kind of get on the right side of Paul Feinbaum and Bama faithful. So I think that, and they're 3-2 in the conference. LSU 3-1. I don't know, man. I think that this is a pivotal game for Bama. I think even at 11 and where they're at 6-2 might even feel a little bit of disrespect. DeBoer probably feeds into that after the playoff rankings. And I don't know, 2.5's right at that hook. So kind of the same thing with Georgia, where I don't know. I'm gonna trust the program I trust more right now. And yeah, like DeBoer's, I don't know, like he's not saving, but Brian Kelly at home under the lights. I don't know, Max. How many times have we seen this before? It's not Notre Dame, but I don't know.
Pressure.
I'm it's one of these games where I'm not gonna get in bed with Brian Kelly and even be happy if they win because I'll just be pissed off that he's winning. So why not just feed into that? And Bama -2.5.
there you
So
go.
I like it.
And remind again that is a home game for
LSU.
LSU. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Yeah, that's kind of the only reason the line is low.
That Tiger
Not that
did.
many points. Who cares there? All right. I'm gonna go actually back, just kind of like my Iowa play. Back to an old faithful, also back in the Big Ten. Again, hey, you focus on these big time games. I'm gonna just try to find us some winners, and I'm looking at two teams going in the opposite direction. The State School of New Jersey, Rutgers has lost 4 straight games. The State School of Minnesota, the Gophers, row the boat, have won 4 straight games. These two teams match up this week. Minnesota comes in under a touchdown favorite. Please let me lock up the Gophers at -6.
Love it.
Wonderful.
This is this is great. I'm loving this. I'm loving everything that's being played by you guys right now. Everything. Just chef's kiss. I am crossing things
Yeah,
off
kiss
my
the Lord.
list, but yeah, I'm crossing stuff off my list, but that means that we got a good synergy going on a bounce back weekend.
Very nice.
Sean, were you hitting us with that slithery
Yeah,
smile?
I am a slithery that little snake. I'm gonna go to Sam, your sunny Sun Belt.
Yeah.
And if you were watching any of that college football playoff, they like to do some of those like, hey, this team still has like a, within 15% chance of making there. And if you saw a logo that saw Cajuns there and were confused at seeing that, well, it's because that the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana are 7-1 and 4-0 in the Sun Belt. They're looking pretty good. Not so fast. Give me Arkansas State plus 16 and a half against the Raging Cajuns.
Woo!
I think that's way too many points. I'm kind of looking at this Louisiana team has been winning, but they're kind of winning by like 6 and 10 every game here. I think I'm sure they'll still probably win this game, but I just like this where Louisiana has everything to kind of lose and at essentially almost a kind of 3 touchdown favorite, or not quite, but almost a 17-point favorite. I just think they try to just get in and get out with a quick win.
Okay. I don't hate that one bit.
That is nice.
Plus 16 and a half. Sorry.
That was 16.
Yeah. But like if you're actually, for the sake of this show, 16 and a half, but if you're playing it, might make sense to just move that over to 17 and a half,
Yep.
especially if it's in like a parlay or something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shoot, fellas. Well, I like where everyone's at. I'm gonna go with an old faithful. I've not necessarily been playing this a whole lot on the pod, but I've been betting it pretty much every week. Um, Grayson, we love you. Cox, great win against A&M last weekend at home. Vanderbilt at home after a also big win, equally as big, but I think the win was so big for South Carolina that I do expect some regression. We did see this when they beat the pants off Kentucky. We saw them regress very much so the following week. So I'm gonna kind of ride that trend. Give me Vandy plus 3.5. It's a good spot at the hook. South Carolina, I could see them winning this game on a game-winning field goal. That's fine. We still cover. So yeah, I like the hook. I like where Vandy's at. I think they're, I wouldn't say more, I guess they are kind of more steady. They're not as, yeah, they've won these big games, but I still feel like they're more steady than South Carolina. I feel like they're too jumpy for me right now.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, me Vandy plus three and a
He's
half.
been a covering machine.
Right. I'm gonna try as my last pick. Try and just get something nice and solid there.
Yeah, just trying to hit the green from the fairway here.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. Might be a little
You got to
short.
put your wedge in your hand.
Texas wedge, baby. Let me get that one in. So yeah. And now Max, wrap us up.
All right. I do like one, but I'll go with this one. Uh, Flatland Cavalry, one of my favorite bands, just released a song called Lubbock, and that is where they're from. And I hate to disrespect them and go against them, but this Colorado team is just rolling, and it's minus 3.5. I might buy a point, put it in a parlay, but I think they win by at least 10. Texas Tech has not really shown much this year, and this is a completely different Colorado team than we saw last year. Shadur is looking fantastic. Of course, Travis Hunter is up there in the Heisman talk. Shadur slowly climbing in the Heisman talk as well. He's been playing out of his mind. I just think they're just rolling, and I like that a lot. It's at Lubbock, but I think they can get it done.
Yep. Also on my list as well, and will be playing. That's
Mhm.
yeah. That's
And Texas Tech might play right into kind of that letdown, the big emotional 1-point win against the Cyclones last week. See how they respond.
Right.
plus plus Colorado's also coming off a bye as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a perfect storm if I've ever heard one.
Oh yeah.
I dig it. Well, cool. I don't really have many honorable mentions now that we've got pretty much a lot, like 6 of them.
Yeah.
Or that you guys, well, yeah, that would be all of them. Yeah. I think almost every single one was an honorable mention. So I'll let you guys lead off. Anything else that you guys are looking at gonna play right outside the top your top three?
I really had one other one, and you already brought it up. I was gonna pick Iowa -5.5, but you were like, "Man, I'll leave it." And then I was like, we already got an Iowa. Let's give them a little more diversity and some other stuff. But yeah, I like that -5.5. I think they roll house UCLA.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, even like a little SGP, maybe even just like a
Some points, yeah,
money line and tease down and over or keep it over where it's at in the money line to get that little
yeah,
juice. Yeah, no, 5.5 is a great number
yeah.
too. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. But yeah,
We've talked about it many times.
yeah. Oh yeah, 5.5. Beautiful, beautiful thing. All right, hell yeah. Sean, anything else that you're
Yeah,
liking?
I'll keep playing, Indiana, but that's just kind of like
Yeah.
he's hit default there.
Yep.
A couple plays I also do like. I think Florida and Texas, almost kind of like the great cocktail party last week with Florida and Georgia is going to be kind of rock fighty there. I think Florida, good defense, not very explosive offense. I think Texas will kind of struggle a little bit like they've been doing in conference play here. Ultimately, I think Texas will probably win this game, but I think the 48 points might end up looking a good bit, in some sort of kind of like 24-13 type of win that kind of looks more like an NFL score than an SEC score. Not locking it up or anything like that. I just think even though it looks low, I think there's a reason that 48 is the number in Florida, Texas. I can see Texas trying to do a real show out type of game too, and Florida not moving the ball much at all.
Yep. No, I hate that. I hate that over. Yeah. No, why not? Why not? I like that. Notre Dame -26. I was trying to find a Florida State team total under like 12. I couldn't even get that. So I think they're just going to beat the brakes off of Florida State. I'm trying to find it just because I thought it was like I was legit trying to get like under like 17.5, and I could not find it because it's one of those numbers games where it's over under 42 and Notre Dame's -26. But yeah, I mean, under 7.5 is -145. So I'm playing Notre Dame -26.
Yeah.
They're gonna win like 30-3 or something. I mean, that's fine, but
Florida State is so stinky.
yeah, they're bad. It's at Notre Dame. Notre Dame needs to just kind of, like I said last week, they're not gonna let.
Rolling Dovers. Keep
Yeah.
rolling.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I like the I think his last name's Dillingham, the Fighting Dillinghams over at Arizona State and UCF at home. Good little covering team. ASU gets Central Florida. I mean, if you're in Central Florida right now, are you really trapped? I mean, I guess Arizona's great too, but like, are you really leaving Florida? Don't know how much that away crowd's going to be there at ASU. You know ASU is going to be rowdy on a late Saturday night. I like what they're doing. -3. Probably gonna put money line in a parlay or two, but yeah, those are kind of my two guys. I also kind of like the Michigan Indiana over 48.5, more so because Signetti likes to run up the score, and Michigan I hope can score 14 points. So yeah, those are my three kind of guys.
All right.
Cool beans, cool beans. Well, we are due for a bounce back, so should be coming, should be coming. And then any other, no, yeah, I like this. Yep. We'll get more into college football rankings as those things kind of get released and moved out. I like that they're getting released on Tuesday. So if we're doing this normally, this should work out pretty well. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
NFL picks. We ready?
Let's do it.
Alrighty. Sean, you did lead again with the NFL. Max and I right there behind you, but led us in both college football and NFL. It's not just three picks, it's five. So what's the order, my friend?
I'm gonna be the turkey in the sandwich here. I'll go Max, myself, then you can round us out, Sam.
Sweet. Sweet.
Mm-mm-mm. All right, all right. All right. Mm-hmm. 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 All right, all right. see, which do you want to go with first? You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go dog first. I don't know what there weren't many dogs that caught my eye, but I think Carolina coming off a nice win. Giants are kind of doo-doo. It's over in Germany, right? It's not England this time, it's Germany.
Correct.
So I don't know. I think it's just gonna be, a little jet lag. Carolina's feeling good. Giants probably haven't felt good since that loss to the Cowboys on Thursday night that they should have won. Um, and yeah, I think I don't know. I like it.
Those are the best picks, Max. Those are the
Yeah,
ones we get overly confident on. And you never know. I mean, could be 13-10.
exactly. Like it's not like yeah, I'm not saying they're gonna win but I think yeah, fly across the pond. They got to do all this shit. Both pretty bad fucking teams. 5.5 feels nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Hey,
Yeah, yep. Is Bryce Young? He's still playing QB. He's still the quarterback.
I guess so. Yeah,
All right.
he played all right last week.
I mean, Chuba Hubbard, baby. Fantasy. That was probably the best pick I've had so far in a long time in fantasy
yeah.
football.
Sportsline has him as the projected like guy for the
Okay.
game.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, why not? I took Carolina in that ugly ass Vegas game and ended up looking good. So, yep. Okay. All right. Sean, you are the turkey in the sandwich. So,
All right, I'm gonna go. The Jaguars games are 6-3 to the over, and I feel like they're quietly doing a little bit better on offense and doing a little bit worse each week on defense. They welcome in the Vikings this week. We think are probably due for a little bit more of an offensive explosion after some questionable offensive games the last few weeks. So I would like to go ahead and lock up over 47 in the Vikings at the Jaguars.
okay. I like that. Over 47. Okay. Vikings, Jags. Yeah, I'll be honest. There wasn't a ton of overs that I was like super high on.
Mm-mm.
And that was one of them. Okay. Let's see. Shit. I got to set this up right.
Mm.
Um, yeah, fuck. I really don't like a lot of overs in this game or in there. And I know Sean, you just picked one, but I feel like I gotta just do it. Tampa Bay, San Francisco, over 48. I mean, just watching last game, Kansas City's got a good defense, but Tampa Bay finds a way to score points still, regardless of who's there.
Mhm.
Uh, San Fran needs to get on good track. CMC's coming back. They're coming off a bye. This could potentially be a game where it's like a 35-21 or something like that. Like I could see San Fran getting their points, and then you've got Baker just fighting tooth and nail to get back and make it close. So I could see this even being like not super close throughout the game, and then fourth quarter we're getting 21 points. From like 14 from Tampa and 7 from San Fran just to keep it not a game anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Um,
What's the number you got on that?
I had 48. What is it now?
It's 50 and a half now.
Is it really? Holy shit. That
Yeah,
literally went
but
up.
I'll give you I'll give
No,
you
no, I'll do
49 and a
fit.
half.
I'll take 50 and a half. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, 50 and a
Yeah.
half. Geez, that went up like 2.5 points. I wrote that down like probably like noon today.
Yeah.
So
It opened at 46.5.
damn. Damn.
I
Okay. Yeah, so that one. All right. Yeah.
it's
So
up like
I guess get that one.
balance your stock.
Yeah, get that one while the getting's good. Shoot. Okay, so yeah, those are my two. Right? Did I do that? Oh wait, no, I didn't do my second pick. Ha! Right? Yeah.
Well, you're not writing any of them down.
Excuse
Oh
me.
yeah. Yeah, no, I'll do that.
I could have. Yeah, sorry.
All right. Well, I'm cool with
It's just what
I'm
missed.
cool with any of the dogs, and Max, you have one, so I'm gonna try and play this one smart then. Um, I don't know. I just think that if I'm looking at a game and I'm looking at a team who's just dominant, kind of makes everyone play to their tempo and their speed, who also happens to have a very good defense, which I don't think many of us thought that before the season started. And they're playing a poopy team. I don't even know if Will Levis is playing, Mason Rudolph's playing. Chargers -7.5. Give me that. There's some other favorites I like, but I don't know. I could see it being 14-0 at halftime, and I'm mad that I didn't take that one. So give me the Chargers -7.5.
Fuck you. Yeah, no, that was like yeah. I mean, dude, Titans suck so much ass. It's insane. Yep, that was my one.
Nice. All right. Get back to me, right?
See, senor.
Max, I was for my favorite thinking about taking the Bears, but out of respect for you, I will keep them in timeout and not, you
I
know,
mean, dude, do what you want.
I'm not gonna, don't worry, I'm not gonna do that. It's kind of weak for a favorite, but hey, -1 is -1. Give me the Cardinals. They've been playing some good football here of late. I think they're playing the Jets. The Jets got a nice win on Thursday night, and kind of like some of our college football talk. It's like, sweet, you got their win. I expect to see some more Jets going on here. I think the Cardinals will be able to run all up and down them. And, it's not like I have to really cover anything here. I just need them to win. They could kick a game winning field goal for all I care. So go Cards. Go Arizona.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I
I like
can.
it.
Yeah. It's a good spot because everyone's on the Jets right now. So
Cool. So I don't have to do that. Then I'll look at my under. Sorry. Starting just strategizing. Give me what was my under? Oh, I just had it. Sorry. Um, give me under. It's a tough one. Give me under, and it's been going down. Give me under 42 Philly Dallas. I don't, you know, I'm gonna go back to Philly game. Dallas can't do shit, and I think Philly would just control the game and kill clock.
yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, I didn't really think about this, but I'll just double down and give me Philly -7.5.
Nice.
I mean, same thing. Not a crazy high scoring game, just kind of dominate a just broken Cowboys team, as we've already mentioned. Just and they looked great against all right, maybe not great, but fuck, who do they beat this
Who?
week? This week? Philly?
Bengals.
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 Yeah. Yeah. So looked good against them, and they'll just keep that momentum going.
Yeah, they beat Bengals and the Jags last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat the piss out of the Bengals. So I don't hate that one bit, dude. They're rolling. They're back into. They're back on the same page. It seems like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Saquon's been a beast.
dude,
He
ridiculous.
really has.
Yeah.
Max, do you get one more?
No, that's back to you.
Yep.
Then I'll circle back and then I'll get the last two. Oh wait.
Yeah, I was gonna say we did.
No, I did. Yeah, I did Dallas and
Hey,
Phil.
you led, and then you go, then I go two, then you go, and then Max goes, and then you go.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Boom,
The
boom,
five
boom.
is weird. The five is weird.
Yeah, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, because Max led, right? Yeah, Max led.
Yeah.
All right. Just making sure we're not skipping them.
No, yeah.
I'll bite the bullet here. I'll take the 1 week dead cat bounce from firing your coach, and I'll go. It couldn't get any worse for the Saints right now. I get a little hook to play with here. Things are going very well for the Falcons. Let's just see kind of football all gravitating back to the mean here. So Sam already wrote in the paper. I'll take the Saints plus 3.5 here. Come on, Carr. Welcome, Eric. Get it going.
I mean, he has to. He can't hear all this shit and
Yeah,
not.
right. I think they're all going to be embarrassed. I
Yeah, that's
think
insane.
there's 1 week to bet on the Saints. It's this week.
They just traded away Marcus Lattimore.
Yeah.
They're punting the season. Yeah. Yep. This
Mhm.
is big Taysom Hill game. Huge Taysom Hill game. He might have 2 touchdowns. Um, yeah, I don't hate that at all. Sean, I thought you were gonna go with my dog. So I guess I'll just take it and just get it out of the way. And I thought you were going with the little bias here when you said biting the bullet. But yeah, give me the Steelers plus 2.5 and the commies. I also, now that I know you're going to the game, I can already vision Sean just trolling motherfucking Commanders fans all outside Northwest Stadium or whatever the fuck it's called. And
Yeah.
you saying those exact words, like, yeah, look at you guys, you don't even know the name of your fucking stadium. Like, I can just see, I can already picture it. I can see Bibb getting mad. I can see the whole thing already happening. And Mike Tomlin's still an underdog. What the fuck is wrong with people? You never don't bet the goddamn Steelers when they're underdogs. Mike Tomlin uses that as fucking nitro fuel. And so, yeah, there's no way I'm not taking the Steelers plus 2.5. And I'm doing it since I know you really want to, but
That's an exciting game, man. It's certainly, back in July or whatever, kind of circled and got some tickets here. To not think it would be at the gravity that it is, but I'm pumped. It'll be packed house. It'll be loud. It'll be good. Good showdown.
yeah.
Oh,
And we got Russell Wilson, who's not, he's Richmond area native, so
Yeah.
still close. Got some fans probably coming up there. You got the Pittsburgh faithful coming down. It's gonna
Oh
be
yeah. Yep.
all
It'll be
time.
good. I mean, reason. I
More
mean,
terrible
there's always going
towels
to be
than
Steelers
anything.
fans there, but a ton of reasons for Commanders to show up there as well. I mean, they're 7-2. I mean, that team is. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say any ill will to the Commanders. I'm not trying to make any play that karma game or anything. They've been incredible. I think they're rightfully so favored, but I also completely Sam understand kind of where you're coming from for this pick.
And where I'm gonna go with the next one, it came down a point and a half since I wrote it down last, and I do not want to double dip, even though I do love the Chargers Tennessee under 38. Probably will look at that, but for the sake of this, I'm gonna play a different under. I'm going with a take, or what is it? A Nico Collins list, Stephon Diggs list, Houston team playing a Detroit team who, I mean, has been performing and has been averaging 35 points a game. I don't know, man. Like, due for kind of a letdown. D'Amico Ryans is going to put a chip on his shoulder from the defensive side of things. So I think Houston's still going to be able to keep him at a relatively respectable number. I do think they cover that 3.5. That's my next favorite, aside from the Chargers. But I think Houston's going to be able to kind of, they're both going to run the ball a lot. So they're going to just eat clock naturally. And I think if anything, Houston's going to try and slow the game down even more so if they do want a chance. Detroit's going to say, hey, that's fine. We'll just run all over you, but you're not scoring more than 14. 31-14 still gets me 5.5 points. So give me Detroit, Houston under 49. I'll take that all
Yeah.
fucking.
All right. I like the reasoning.
That's just way too many points for. Nope, nope, nope. I have a feeling Max might be hitting that for his over because of the way he
uh-huh.
numbered.
Um,
Alrighty, Sean. Turkey sandwich.
Yeah. It's work. It's a little tough. Go. Mm, Give me under 38 in the Titans Chargers. I'm going. I'm seeing the lows on the board and I'm attacking it.
Dude,
Playing some the
I'm playing.
Chargers
I'm playing
under.
that for sure.
I love that so much. I'm pretty sure I just is pulling this out of my ass. I feel like Chargers are almost every game hitting that under this
Yeah,
year. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
I bet I can find that up real quick.
they are 12, yeah, so 87.5% hitting the under.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Their games are 7-1 to the under.
Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, I absolutely love that.
Yep.
It's a
Yep.
great
And then maybe, oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna wait. Never mind. Yeah, I might have something else to play there. So yeah, I like that a lot.
one.
All right, Max.
Yeah. Um, Sam, I think you called it right. I didn't hide my poker face very well. Give me that over 49. Uh, Offense, I feel like for Houston has been not what they were first three games. Granted, they got injuries and all that shit. I mean, their best two players. I don't think they're playing this week either. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I still think it's CJ Stroud, and he can do some shit with whoever he wants. And I think this would be a very fun game. I still think probably Lions do blow them out a good bit, but I think they put up points. Lions defense has been playing very well, but they're not fantastic. I mean, there's definitely gaps, and I'm sure CJ will find it. So I like it a lot.
Okay, we need a little showdown. I don't think we're going against.
We haven't done that often this year.
No, we've been kind of not avoiding. So yeah, why not? All right. Where are we going with the next snakes?
This one's gonna be a little iffy for some, but he's a relatively new guy on this team, and I think he's slowly getting his looks and slowly maybe meshing with his QB, his new QB, who's been playing fantastic this year. And this is Sterling Shepard of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He he only had 47 last year or last week. But like I say, he's relatively new to the team. He's gonna keep getting those reps and all that shit. Sportsline has him at 33 yards. I'll push it and I'll just say like 40, but we'll look when like odds if 40 is like plus 120 versus like 35 or more, like we'll take a look, but I bet it's probably gonna be around 40, him being at 47 last week. A little shot in the dark, but they, they just passed, dude. I mean, Baker just gives it to everyone, so I like it a lot.
Look, they like as a team ran the ball like 18 times yesterday. Like
Yeah,
Rashad White got 3 rushes.
I know, dude. And like
One of them
Bucky,
was a 15-yard touchdown.
yeah, dude. Yeah, that's like they really don't run the ball that much, so I like it a lot.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, why not?
I kind of mentioned it earlier that the Lions, they can win in a bunch of different ways. Of course, Goff looked incredible early. The last 2 weeks has been all rushing. He beat the Titans with 85 yards passing and Green Bay with 145 yards passing. Aaron Rodgers was able to cook against the Texans secondary last week. I think the Lions and Ben Johnson lean back heavy to the pass to exploit that on Sunday night. So, Max, if you're able to see what Sportsline says, I'd like to take Jared Goff's passing yards over.
Got you. They are projecting 236.
Okay.
Okay.
And of course, I'll just take whatever the odds like on DraftKings when they come
Right.
out.
Probably, I bet it's gonna be like 225 is gonna be like the minus 110 for them,
Yeah.
I guess. Sportsline always kind of goes up a little.
Sorry, I'm trying to load the odds on this thing. It's not pulling up. Shit on a stick. I'm a little torn between two guys. Max, I kind of thought you were going this way until you said that the QB was playing well. But this also is a wide receiver who um is meshing with his new QB, not necessarily new QB, but his new
Hmm.
QB on his team. And the reason being for that is that this team has been giving up a lot of passing yards overall. They are 24th in the league in passing yards allowed. Um, I'm also going to give an honorable mention to Jay Jetta, who I just think he's going to tear up Indianapolis. His yards are probably just going to be too high. I don't want to be betting him to have 94 and a half yards. But Arizona's pass defense is right around that same metric as Indianapolis. And that being said, I think that Aaron Rodgers and Devontae are going to kind of click. I think that Garrett Wilson got a lot of hype after Thursday's game. His obviously dope ass catch, a couple tuds, a lot of catches, a lot of yards. I think people are going to not forget about Devontae, but they're going to be like, oh shit, remember when Devontae and Aaron Rodgers used to have 8 catches for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns at minimum every single game. So not going to play the yards, not going to play the touchdowns. Give me Devontae Adams over receptions, expected to be in that 5.5, 6.5 range. Don't expect it to be 4.5. If it's 4.5, sorry, sweetheart, I'm putting a mortgage on it, but I think it's going to be that 5.5. 6.5 might be like plus 130, but 5.5 might be too juicy. So I'm gonna see how that goes. And I'm gonna honestly, I still think even if it's at 6.5 and that's too, too juicy or whatever, plus the money, I'm gonna do it though. He's gonna have his catches. Not tripping there. And I need a little Devontae Adams back in my life on this board.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
used him excessively the last couple of years as a Packer and even last year. So
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Good shit.
sweet. Oh, and then I am back on the touchdown, aren't I? Right? Yeah, that's right. Cool. Speaking of that, I want to go with another wide receiver who I think's kind of due. He's also a stud. He's still kind of figuring out his quarterback, and that's because he's a rookie, and his name's Malik Neighbors. He's had a couple close ones recently. I don't know. I think Daniel Jones. I think overall that game could be pretty damn ugly. It could be ugly 13-7 ugly. It could also be 31-29 ugly. So if Giants are scoring, I also like Tyrone Tracy's over rushing and receiving yards. But yeah, I'm gonna go with just neighbors on the touchdown and keep it moving. And I don't know, man. Every time I go chalk, it doesn't hit, and every time I want to have a little fun, it hits. So I feel like neighbors is a good in between.
That's a fun one. It's a fun
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
And
it's
it'll be
9:30 in the morning, Sunday morning. Let's go.
there you
Give me a
go.
little-
All right. I'm gonna go with Kareem Hunt. Kareem
Nice.
Hunt. And 5 touchdowns in his last 6 games. Excuse me. No, 5 touchdowns in his last 4 games. There's the math. Yeah, I mean, he's a big part of the Chiefs offense. When they get down to the goal line, they're not messing around, running those silly little inside tosses, flick over to Travis Kelsey. Just hand the ball off, let Hunt get a 1 yard touchdown.
Well,
I like
I'm
that.
just trying to find the odds for touchdowns. Not up, but
Nope. Um, I'm gonna go just a little bit of fun too. I think Jaden Daniels can get one in. Um, sitting in the red zone. You guys got everyone locked up. He's sitting there, it's collapsing. He just fucking sneaks around and gets it in there. Uh, Probably not the greatest. I mean, 0.39 is what they're projecting him for a rushing tutty. So might be like a 185 plus 185 thing. But we went rock chalk last week and sure didn't work out. So let's switch it up. Let's see what we can do.
yep.
Very nice. All right.
We will release those. Well, we'll release the props and the parlay odds once those come available. Otherwise, fellas, I think we got a really good card. Is there anything else you guys
Feels
want?
good. Just I'm looking around different picks. It all feels good.
Say it every fucking week, but
Yeah, I know. Hey, no, this one looks like a lot of green. This one looks like a lot. This one looks more green than some of the others.
Yeah.
Has to, has to. Right
Yeah.
in the middle of the season, we got to start
Huge
getting
fan
our
of
strikes
that.
soon, get into playoffs. It's when you
I
want to
love
start
it.
playing your best football. It's when you want to start playing your best picks.
Exactly.
That being said, anything else you guys like that you're going to be playing that is not on this board?
I don't think anything else for me.
Honestly, yeah. I think there's a few y'all took from me, and
Yeah, as I said, some of yours, your guys that I enjoy.
yeah, I like it.
Um, Let me ask you guys, Jets, Arizona, under 46. I don't know what that's at now, so it's probably changed, but
Yeah, that feels good.
that feels right. Um, I'm not playing, like I already said, I'm not playing Thursday night. We did not touch on that game, but I think was it Buffalo at Cincy? And Cincy's 6 points.
Cincy, Baltimore.
Oh, in
Yeah,
Baltimore.
Cincy, Baltimore. Buffalo is at Indianapolis.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't hate a spot for Cincy. I like Joe Burrow on a short week, and when people are doubting him, don't know if I'm gonna play it just yet. I'm gonna see if maybe that gets a little bigger. I doubt that's gonna be the case, but yeah.
Um,
And then I already
sports.
hit, yeah, Tyrone Tracy, rush receiving yards over. Jay Jetta already hit on those. And I think James Conner has a big day too against the
Yep.
Jets. And I already hit on that. But yeah, I think anything prop wise. I'm realizing the rush receiving for those kind of in betweeny guys and just running backs in general right now. They're getting a ton of carries and I don't know. I've just been playing that more often. Um, yeah. Yeah, I think I have. Yeah, and I'm gonna just play the Rams because I fuck with the Rams and I like Matt Stafford now that he's not in the division. So I'm gonna have some fun with that. 2.5. Why not?
There you go.
Cool.
Love
Uh,
it.
anything non-football related? We got college hoops just kicked off. Not really ton of good games. There's a couple last night, but other than that, any thoughts on that or any other sports in the world that you guys want to hit on? Because there's a lot going on right now.
I'll be. I mean, W looked solid last night. It was Robert Morris, but I'm excited to see what this new era can bring about. We got the deep fries, both of them on our team, and Tucker looked very good. But again, I feel like these first 2, 3 weeks kind of just bullshit until we get to the good games, real games. But yeah, I'm excited. We're coming into prime time sports again. We got some good shit going on.
Completely agree. Completely agree. Yeah. I watched Duke, and that was about it. I watched a little of that Baylor Gonzaga game, but Baylor got the pants beat off them, and so yeah, didn't have to stay up for that long. And Duke looks really fucking good. So nothing that we didn't know.
Yeah, the flag man.
Yep, and I think Gonzaga just I'm gonna make a mental note going forward until I die. And as long as Mark Few is the head coach of the Gonzaga Bulldogs, first game of the year, I don't care who they're playing, they're gonna win. They're probably gonna cover. That's just a fact. I thought
Yeah.
maybe Baylor would be sneaky. Gonzaga comes prepared, man. They know exactly what they're doing.
Yep.
So, Villa playing Club Bruges. Opportunity to be top of the Champions League table. They are, or they were pretty damn close right now. I know they had some games today, so I don't know where that stands, but Villa with a very good opportunity to bounce back after 3 fucking shit games between Bournemouth and Palace and Tottenham. 4-1 loss on Saturday. Palace and the Carabao Club, uh, whatever the fuck that is, the cup that I'm named. And then Bournemouth.
Yep.
Yep. So I think this is a good opportunity for Villa to bounce back. Plus 120 on the money line too. So I don't hate that. But that's all I got for footy. And Villa plays Liverpool on Saturday, so it's gonna be. I would bet Liverpool depending on how Villa plays this week. I'd probably, if Villa wins, then it's probably gonna help Liverpool's odds and be better. So, yep, that's all I got. Max, any UFC, or is we just take? Are we on a little snoozer break?
Yeah, nothing too crazy.
Cool, cool. And then we get Sean. When's golf start back up? Because I do like our golf picks.
Not really till about January.
Okay, well, it's fine. Build some bankroll until then, fellas. Always a pleasure. Let's see. Everyone have a good week. Hopefully, good weekend. We got a good little slate of sports, and yeah, let's get after it.
But
Thanks,
thanks,
guys.
guys.